Hi, Brantley.
Hi, Grant.
Hello.
What do you want to do today?
What we do every Thursday.
What's that?
Play oh fuck, I got a notification on my thing telling me that I'm live now. Thank you.
Yeah.
New content classifications are now in effect. Make sure you label your streams before you go live. Pretty sure we did that.
Cool. Hi, everybody.
I think we should talk about how much we just smoke on this. How much we just fuck. Just smoke all the time.
Have you know of? Never smoked. Hard to believe, I think. But I'm gonna have to swallow that, you know.
I'm gonna click on sexual themes just in case penis is not just in case penis isn't
God.
like if we say penis like 6 times, Twitch will come and hit us with.
Well, we're up to 2.
I said it at least 3 times.
Yeah, I think both of us combined kind of feel like shit today.
Yeah, you sound like you gun. Oh, I do mention guns a lot. I wonder if that's super violent. Fuck.
Okay. But yeah, I'm all nasty from some kind of head cold. Right now, I've plugged up my nose with Kleenex in some attempt to slow the flow of snot. But that definitely will affect the sound of my voice.
Have you ever like taken a look at the Coffee Talk 2 like header photo, and like looked at the like concept art?
I have, but like
I just want you to look at it. I sent it to you. Just look how cool they made Georgie look.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about here. Let me take another look. Of course, I can't just put it into any tab and run it.
Oh man, I got followed by a professional graphic designer, VTuber, artist, commissions, open, emotes, logo, banner overlay, 2D, 3D model, rigging, thumbnail, intro, outro, animation.
Wow. And yeah, the header art is great for. You know what? I'll post this to our chat as well, so everyone can be included here. It looks great.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
I have a sinus infection.
We're gonna be a little off our game today.
I have a sinus infection. Maybe. Thanks. I know, but I know you did all the animations for us, Daster. No one else comes close to the quality that you bring.
It's true.
We could, in theory, if I am great art.
The thing is that what you think about these streams is everyone doesn't know what's actually going on. We're not actually playing video games. It's Scott with like just a whole gigantic stack of paper, and he's flipping through them manually in order to create the semblance of animation. So if you ever notice there's a discrepancy where like Grant or I is like a little late to mention something on screen, that's because we're actually reacting to what Scott is flipping through as opposed to us authentically playing a video game.
Yeah, it's that.
So there's your little inside behind the scenes.
It is exactly a Captain Underpants Flipperama. Alright, let's see how long I can do this. The thing is, I feel fine, except my right ear is just totally... It feels like it's full. It feels like it's a stuffy nose in my ear.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chris Evil.
Hey, I'm just noticing in that title screen, is that Riona?
Yeah, definitely. She's like the main character in this.
Yeah.
Oh, these have the full arts of their
icons, yeah. Yeah, hi Zach. Grant, just for safety, put on this sexual content warning.
Penis,
So now, whenever
penis.
anyone jumps in the stream, then they're gonna see that. They have to confirm through it. Dude's balling.
Wonder World. Who took that picture?
You could put a timer on a phone.
I hope Freya shows up again. I hope she just pops in.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll come back to this. Ugh.
I'm gonna do my best Tezande.
Fuck! I forgot. It's literally all of my characters.
So if I'm gonna try to turn away from the mic whenever I need to cough or blow my nose so that it doesn't pick on the mic, but most likely it will. So if that bothers you, then you can always tune out to this one and come back another time, or just mute and watch. So
you remember why the tree was there in the first place, right?
You want me to take any of these characters?
Absolutely
to balance
fucking not.
them?
I have sealed my fate. The tragic hit and run. At the time, the court ruling practically let the driver off the hook outside the DUI charge. Well, it sparked a huge protest. Good! In response to it, the mayor at the time gave his words to the victim's family. He promised to keep the tree as a landmark for the community, and the vow was kept well after his tenure was over. But he died a few years ago. And we all know what recently happened to the tree. I see. So it was their attempt to keep the memory alive, not just for their friend, but as a remembrance for the injustice as well. And after all the urban renewals the city's gone through, makes sense if the community that used to be there is gone by now. That's right. They used to have a lot of veteran housing and low-rise apartments in the area. Now it's filled with never-ending projects. Hold on a second. Kart racing. Okay. Blue Hedgehog again of all places. You okay? Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's something about it that bothers me a bit. Like what? Their unique dispossession after they pass. It bothers me that their own memories are insufficient to ensure their existence. And by failing to remember, we, the outside party, will also gradually lose track of their existence. It just doesn't feel right to me. I get what you mean. An odd erasure of existence. But apparently, that's why they keep animals. The Gnome Noms owners told me they have a large mastiff living in their place. Others even take care of multiple animals at once. Interesting. I suppose that's why folks prefer living near the wilderness. But animals don't live long either. Hold on, I gotta get... Oh, they don't live long. There we go. Right. But the erasure starts happening if they're completely forgotten, right? Something like that, I guess. I'm not sure. Right, okay. But doesn't that normally happen anyway? How do we pay respects or remember someone who died a long, long time ago? Like our ancestors, for example. Oh, it's our call, isn't it? Every April, Rachel and I would visit my wife's graves. I just realized that Hendry doesn't have, he doesn't have, like, human ears, right? He has the cat ears. And I think that's what makes his profile on his face look very silly. Like, good that he doesn't, because I hate when they have the 4 ears, but, like, yeah. We used to visit her grandparents' graves too when my wife was still alive.
So sheer force of will is holding those glasses up is what I'm getting from
Oh yeah,
this.
that is funny.
Good old Arthur kind of situation.
If our extended family was visiting, they'd join us. We'd clean their gravestones, bring food, and have a feast while catching up. It's how Nekomimis honor the dead. Do you think they bury them as their people selves or their cat selves to save money?
No, I don't want to think about that.
I'm sure other cultures have their own ways too. Right. I truly think continuing the tradition is something we do for ourselves, though. To remember the deceased and all the reasons they mattered to us. So, except for the weird erased memory part, it sounds on par to me. And I don't normally go on par. I normally hit a couple under. I'm terrible at golf.
No, I don't want Henry to participate in golf at all.
He doesn't do it because he likes to. He does it because it's an obligation.
Yeah, he does have to grind for his daughter's business, yeah.
It's the effort of living to remember the dead anyway. You're right. Unless you believe in life after death, memories are for us, not for the dead. Exactly.
To answer your question from before, I think it depends on what state they die in. So, like, if they die and they revert, or if they die and stay in one form, then that would have to be how they get buried.
Oh,
I don't think they could, like, shift form post-mortem.
I got Janny VTuber following me, and also Ming Jia, who looks like they just copied, it looks like Cosmo from the one thing.
Fairly Odd Parents?
No, the other Cosmo. From
I'm blanking.
Sonic.
Oh, from Sonic X?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an odd pull.
Is it?
For us, it's not.
Yeah, fuck the dead, Zach. We don't need no dead.
That's why they make video games about fighting zombies.
And putting them in houses.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe the dead have more property than we do.
Yeah, we're living in the real horror genre. Inside the video game, they get to escape from that.
You know what? It'd be great if we could all remember and help each other, because keeping track of any sort of history is a team effort. That's why I keep all the clippings of my favorite anime in a binder, so that I can share it. They call me a historian. You're doing great work, Georgie. Since the best way to gain wisdom is to learn from the past, whether it's bad or good. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see his little text box over there.
It's off the side, yeah.
Speaking of the Gnome Nom's owners, though, what happened to them after that? Oh, right. Did you arrest them? Nope. I don't arrest anybody. I just give them a stern lecture. I find that the best way to prevent more crime is a friendly hand. Are you going to let them go? Not necessarily, but I got an idea what I have to do. Right now, I'm just happy there's no ghost involved. Still, it was truly something else. Yeah, what a night it must have been. It is what it is. What's up, big guy? Something on your mind? No, nothing. A shame about that lighter of yours, though. Oh, yeah, it's probably busted, right? That's the thing. It works just fine. Not even a scratch. Really? But that thing blew up, didn't it? Like, pata! Heck, we even debated the sound effects and everything. As I said, it still works fine, so I don't know what else to tell you. I see. I do like that both Hendry and Georgie have flip phones.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
No, you want to know what I think.
Oh, you want to know what I think? No.
Otherwise, it'd be very funny. You know what I think? No, no, not at all. I don't.
It's haunted. No, it's not. The thing is definitely haunted. What are you talking about? The white flame is a bit unnatural. I agree. And I remember how you kept forgetting your lighter here. Hey now, a man's allowed to forget stuff as he gets older, no? As for the blowing up, it was probably a well-timed bad chemical reaction or something. This thing's real old after all. If that's the case, you might want to stop carrying it around. At any rate, I believe you now, officer. There's no such thing as coincidence, indeed.
Indeed. Sometimes things just blow up.
I still
All
think
our
it's a
food
ghost,
keeps
though.
blowing up.
Shut it, Hendry. Shush. In any case, mystery solved. For now, at least. My small phone. Oh no, I think I have to go now. I didn't realize I missed multiple messages earlier because I was so engrossed in your story. Hendry, you were allowed to not text people. Sorry to rush up. I'll see you all again next time. Sure. Safe trip. Nice seeing you again, Hendry. Yeah, old things blow up sometimes. Stupid. Thanks, Zach. They do. Let me move over there. Whoop! He's so big. You know, all this talking made me thirsty. You want anything? I'm good. Then one espresso for me, please.
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Now, before you send it, check your items. Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Good thinking.
Check the guide.
What is... Oh, sorry. What is it? It's Miss Riona's number. She asked me to give it to you. She said she can help you find someone if you need it, or if you need any information from her. I see. Well, I'm sure it'll come in handy. Thank you. Here's your espresso, officer. Thanks. Great as always. So what's next, officer? What's your plan after this? Other than talking to him? I guess I'll focus on the rumors. Word is going around that cars are being messed up there. That's kind of expected, though, isn't it? There's no point in adding citizens' worries with the case that's pretty much over, and I don't want bad press to paint over this area's history. You're right. There's nothing like rumors without being stopped. They'll spiral out of control. I have a question for you, though. Which do you prefer, wild rumors or bad press? That's a tough one. There's no limit to what wild rumors can become or how far they'll go. But the press can shape a story report. It may well believe it is truth. Oh, I did not read that correctly. Both are worrying in their own ways. Fair point. But what if we combine them? Rumor, truth, press. If we somehow combine them, I think I have a plan. A crazy one, but a plan nonetheless. Maybe y'all can also add to it.
Georgie, that's called a honeypot.
Sure. I'll take a while to explain, though. Well, I'll be here all night. I got time. All right, then. Brace yourselves, folk. It's gonna be a doozy. Ah. This is a good, lemony snippet. Fuck.
Unfortunate tale to come.
That's good. This is a writing thing that I learned recently. Is that if you don't have your characters explain their plan, if it's gonna succeed.
Ah. Another day progresses.
Oh, it's spooky season.
We're into October now. And we are getting closer and closer to the end of this game.
Well, until we have to go back and fix everything. But
That's true.
Evening Whispers. Vegan food on the rise. Gnome diet popular amongst young adults. Box office movie High Weapon hits astonishing $2 billion worldwide. What Generation Z really wants? An independent survey.
By the way, since we're at kind of a small breaking point, here is a quick thing. Grant mentioned playing the Wandering Village before hopping on for stream tonight, and we know someone else who's doing that right now. Dr. Samantha Blackman, aka Sophista from my neck of the woods over in academia. She also streams games, and she's doing that right now. So, in case anyone's like, "Ooh, I dig this game. I want to see more of it or see someone else play it," then there's a link. She's off.
Hey, do not send people to other Twitch streams.
I'll do what I want.
She's a doctor.
It's true. So, anyways, okay. Oh, it's a post from Aqua. I love that generic Game On poster.
Look at what Myrtle did, sneakily taking my super serious gaming face on playing Super Brawl Pals 2, double sad face.
That's fun. That's cute.
Love it. Yeah.
We had a break in the office and just played board games for hours. It was fun. Tonight's delivery cutoff time. 1300 hours. No night shift.
Lucas is just like the ride or die liker for yeah. Oh. That's me. Let me get a good nose blow here.
Do not do it in the microphone or I will murder you.
I'm leading away as far as I can.
You can kind of hear it in the background and it just sounds a little bit like it sounds like it's a motorcycle.
Crucible!
You're cutting out. You're peeking that mic, Brantley. I will say
Crucible!
real quick.
Oh,
I did
Yeah?
step into what's the lady's name?
Dr. Samantha Blackman, aka Sophista.
Yeah, I stepped into her stream, and the question is what's your favorite dinosaur? And boy, oh boy, do I want to answer that, but I'm streaming right now.
Let me get a good nose blow. Scott. Oh, you're doing terrible things to me.
That's fucking cold.
A special kind of gold. Platinum, maybe.
Crucible! Crucible!
Miss Rachel.
Oops! sorry! Just really excited! I've done it, Crucible!
Congratulations. Done what?
The music I'm making with AJ! I told you about it last time, remember?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I brought it with me! Check it out, will ya?
No. Okay. Are you sure we can play it? What about NDAs and stuff?
Come on, you silly! We're the only ones here anyway.
For now, people come into this coffee shop all the time.
It'll be fine. I mean, the direction's already changed a lot, so...
Oh.
Never mind that, just play it, quick!
Oh heck yeah! I was going through the soundtrack while I was working the other day, and this is one of the songs where I was like, "Oh heck yeah, this thing rocks!" I love that. The text noise sounds just like the Notice noise from Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's giving me flashbacks. Sorry about that, Scott.
What do you think? I was inspired by the drink you gave me. Sweetheart latte.
It was.
Wasn't it?
That's right. You composed the melodies?
With Army, yeah. So, like, I know with a name like Sweetheart Latte, you'd expect something a little more fun sounding, right? But hearing how you made the drink reminded me of something. Like a new love's beginning, or thinking about your crush. The sourness of anxiety, the sweetness of a promise. There are a lot of steps to keep the delicate balance going until you get to the point where you decide to confess.
I think I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, just like the drink, right? It needs the perfect balance of ingredients and temperature to mix properly, doesn't it?
Or it would curdle. Yeah. That's a really interesting take on the name. There's just one thing I'm wondering about.
What is it?
If this is supposed to be a new single, wouldn't everyone expect to hear your voice?
I know, but I'm planning something. You'll see. How are you, by the way, Chris Evil?
Wow, you ask me. Just fine. Business as usual.
Wait, I almost forgot. Did Dad come here last night?
Henry? Yeah, he did. He was meeting with Mr. Gala, actually.
Okay, that's good to know.
Why do you ask?
He didn't reply to my text last night. So I wondered what he was doing.
Ah, I see. Do you two not see each other often?
What do you mean? I just saw him this morning. We still live under the same roof after all.
Oh, what a surprise. I thought you'd be raring to move out by the time you turn 21.
Well, the economy's in fucking shambles. Have you tried to find a house? You're not wrong in thinking that, but Dad's getting older, you know. He's becoming forgetful too, so I'm a little bit worried.
Understandable.
Besides, we don't really have anyone else, you know. None of our extended family even lives in the States. So, as much as he's been a nag my whole life,
I know you didn't do this on purpose, but when you said nag...
Oh no, I'm doing it on her.
Okay, nag. That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been forgetting to do it, but I'm trying to do it now.
I feel like I should watch over him for now.
Right. Hello, welcome. Fuck, shit, 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 shit. Woo! Close one there, Rachel.
Just wait until a character is like, "Hey, what's this boppin' song?" And we're like,
I wonder what other... It's a good song.
yeah." The whole soundtrack to this game is great, but there's definitely, for me, there's like some highlights.
What's your highlight?
Well, honestly, that song, Sweetheart Latte, was one of them that stuck out to me because it's a different tempo and a different kind of vibe compared to most of the other ones, but I don't remember what the other ones were that I really liked. I don't remember my name yet.
You a fake fan?
There's some of them from the first game that I know by, like, One More Time is really good. But anyways.
Good evening to you, Miss Ryota.
Hey, Ryota. Fancy meeting you here.
Hello.
How are you?
Sorry, just a second.
Alright.
Huh. Is she alright?
I'm not sure.
Oh well, I'll just get a drink first.
Right, so what would you like?
I'll have a cup of milk, please.
Milk, milk, milk?
I can double check for you. Just to make sure there's not some surprise hibiscus to put in there. Or blue pea. Yeah. You could do milk, 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 or you can do milk, cinnamon, honey if you'd prefer.
Does that do anything different?
It has a name on it. I think both of them are valid though.
Unlock some more stuff. We don't really have a lot of milk-based drinks unlocked. Here you go, miss.
Uh-oh. Wait. Did we get led astray?
Are you sure this is my order, Quisivo?
I apologize. Fuck!
Wait. Maybe they have. Maybe she orders twice. And I read the guide right. The guide says request a. Oh, there's. It says. Sorry. I don't know. It says request A and request B. So maybe either she orders twice or there's like a pre-existing condition. Because the one underneath this, it lists Riona as having 2 different quests as well, and so it depends on what run you do. So, well, whatever. We got it in the brew pen. Let's blast back through this.
Oh my god.
Oh!
I didn't know that you could... Oh, I didn't know there were stories.
This is some Valhalla-esque content to dig through.
We'll do that another time.
Yeah, maybe when we're doing like a wind-down session, we can go through all of them.
Because it looks like it keeps them all.
Yeah. Board games. 1,300 hours.
Super Brawl Pals 2, double sad face.
Ah!
Alright, let's skip.
It's garbage. God, what if she's like play by song? It's fucking Neon Cat. I'm not sure. Alright.
It's just a Mario Paint sound font with the
Meow.
sound. Nope.
Here you go. Cup of warm milk.
Thank you.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just remembered something. But it's nothing special, so don't worry about it.
You alright?
No. I think I'm sad.
Chris Evil like moves his like PhD in psychology, like like it's just like hanging up, and he just like fixes it so it's straight.
It's normally right behind him, and so he like puts an arm behind him to just scoot it on the shelf so it's in view.
Oh no, what's wrong?
That's right, Fiona. What's wrong?
I've been doing a lot of thinking
About what?
about my situation. Have you ever felt like something you've been doing your whole life might be a mistake?
Yes.
Yes.
What makes you think that, miss?
My apologies. I didn't mean to be so dramatic. Would you two mind listening to my scattered thoughts?
Of course! Let it all out!
Miss Rachel is right. Feel free.
After listening to the experiences you and Mr. Lucas had, along with my conversations with Chris Evil and the regulars of this coffee shop, I've gradually realized over the past week that I'm severely lacking in awareness about many things.
Huh?
And what makes it more troubling is it's likely that my ignorance was on purpose.
What a fucking idiot, Rihanna.
Ignorance? On purpose? What do you mean?
Miss Rachel, the position you hold today is a result of your efforts and tenacity. You honed your talent, but you didn't shirk from taking risks in order to succeed. Your knowledge of the industry has enabled you to successfully navigate it. And I greatly respect your ability to do so. Mr. Lucas also. Although I do not fully understand his content, he's successful enough that people earn a living through his work, and I'm aware that must require a great deal of courage and flexibility.
I've seen him do it back.
To put it simply, I feel ashamed of myself. Because I may have become too comfortable with the status quo. To the point that I no longer strive to improve my situation.
Are you really, though? I mean, you've been trying your best, right?
I have been trying, yes. But I've been trying my best? Well, that's debatable. And about my intentional ignorance, I'm simply afraid.
Afraid.
I understand I have only a small chance of being selected for a role in a play. I really do. I understand it's due to my lack of network and the industry's expectations. along with my lack of higher education. And for the simple fact of what I am. I'm truly fine with all that. I really am. Because all of it's a pain I'm already familiar with. And perhaps somewhere in the deepest depths of my heart, I'm having to face unfamiliar rejections again. Having to get used to new pain all over again. Just might be. Might be difficult.
Miss.
I apologize for all this ruckus. I didn't mean to.
Would you please allow me to make you a drink? It's on the house.
What?
Chris Evil insists, right?
Right. What was that pie you ate the other day?
The blueberry hibiscus mint pie?
Hibiscus? Oh, hibiscus. Did you like it?
I did. Quite a lot, actually.
I was yawning. Can you tell me its flavor profile? Its mouth feel?
Give me a moment. The blueberry was very sweet and fresh. The crust was buttery. And flavor was enhanced by the tartness of hibiscus and the herbal coolness of mint. Just a very sweet blueberry pie with hibiscus and mint.
Chris Evil bakes like a full ass pie and just smashes it into a cup and then pours coffee on it. And he's like, I did it. So hibiscus, sweet, mint.
You know what? We should have saved.
It's alright. We can try.
But no, never mind. This will be okay.
Got
because,
it. Haha. Because I'm a fucking genius, that's why.
No, I was gonna say, because the guide says the drink request depends on what run you do, but this matches the description. So, yep.
Wait, what, run?
Yeah. As in, like, you know, if you give certain people items or not, or, like... So, if Riona didn't go and pick up Lucas, for example, I'm guessing she might not have told us about the pie, so... The alternative would have been something with blue pea and no milk or ginger, which ends up being flour bed.
Which we have made.
Or, yeah. And then alternatively, Aqua's Tranquility or Galaxy Mint Tea or Butterfly Pea also work.
Yeah. Rachel Florencia, you might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, or modeling, working on a new album, especially for you, right now.
Thanks.
I love my family.
What?
Chrissy was like, for me.
I love my family, cats, milk, and you. I've been dancing.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's a different one.
I've been dancing, singing, and trying to achieve my dreams since I was 13, and I'm not stopping now.
I do like that Wait, what is a Nekoimi and a cat? Like, what are their relationships with cats? Like, do you think they see them as, like, ancestors or, like, divergent evolutions like we see, like, chimps?
Maybe. I was gonna say, like, maybe comparatively, like, how we like, monkeys and empathize with primates of various types. It's like how we love Donkey Kong. And think of him as one of our own. Oh, hold on, I have to pull up that song.
The only person we're not maxed out with is now Lucas. And I'm guessing Freya when Freya pops up at the end to give us $1.
Okay, hold on, I have to paste this in the chat. Banger alert. Scott said, yeah, imagine if we evolved from the dinosaurs. Hey everybody, what's your favorite dinosaur?
It's Bambi Raptor, or Microraptor, or Gorgosaur. One of those three. I like the little guys, and like, Gorgosaur is just like a little T-Rex. Except to be fair, he was preventing T-Rex from being T-Rex. It's a little fun little fact right there. T-Rex didn't show up until the late Cretaceous period once all the other super predators died off. The closest evolutionary track to T-Rex before T-Rex was a dinosaur named Moros intrepidus. Moros intrepidus is was discovered in Utah by Lindsay Izano, Ryan T. Tucker, Ora Conneville, Haviv Arhami, and Terry A. Gates, and Peter J. Makovicki. And it was discovered in 2019, so a relatively recent discovery. There's a fun
So
little...
what... Go ahead, sorry.
What were you going to say?
So what you're telling me is T-Rex's tiny little arms and fingers is really so they can twiddle them around and say, oh, don't mind if I do, after they finally got the chance to evolve into what they became.
Actually, the tiny little hands come from the fact that they probably used them to hold on to struggling prey, because in the early 2000s we discovered a furcula on a T-Rex skeletons, which is the wishbone. And wishbones in birds act as little ways for them to spring and grab and flap their wings. Obviously, T-Rex didn't fly, so it was probably using it to like grab onto it. But if you look at Moros intrepidus, they look like little raptor guys, but they weren't raptors. They were closer related to T-Rex. They were cute little dudes. Big fan.
I thought you were gonna say, as we know, in the early 2000s, the movie Dinosaur came out.
I thought Dinosaur came out in 1999.
Oh, yeah, I always thought it was 2000, but it was probably 99, yeah.
It's one of those two. Let me still look up Dinosaur movie.
Was that a Disney
one? It was
one?
2000, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I gotta wonder what the lemur species was, because I don't think lemurs existed.
That movie bothered the heck out of me as a kid.
Why?
Because the Carnosaur was scary, and also they had like a baby urination joke in there that didn't sit well with me.
Oh, there are prehistoric lemurs. Yeah, that's fair. They existed.
All right.
When was Carnotaurus around? Late Cretaceous? Carnotaurus also probably kept T-Rex from being T-Rex. Just any big predators. You can't have too many big predators in an ecosystem.
Yeah.
One pie in a cup coming up.
Wow, Gazebo, that's so extra.
It kind of is, isn't it? But it's so pretty. Thank you.
It really is. Well done, Chris Evil. But are you really serving a warm pie filling to the customer?
It's not a pie filling. I'm simply making fruit cordials with honey. And I just happen to have a blueberry one on hand.
Oh, you're on that red wall shit. Sure.
Fuck yeah, red wall! Eulalia! It is not pie filling, trust me.
It's not. It's nice. Thank you.
I'm a fucking genius. You're very welcome.
Yes. Do you think Chris Evil has a little, like, scratch tally on the side of the desk it's just labeled "fuck yeah," and whenever someone enjoys a drink, he just tallies another scratch on it.
No, because if they don't enjoy it, he time travels.
Oh, that's true.
He doesn't need it.
So it becomes arbitrary.
Hey, it's on your mind.
Chris Evil pulls out a silly hat and puts it on her head. He uses a silly hat.
Right now, I'd be thinking my true motivation for doing all this. The driving force behind everything I've done up to this point.
Hold on, I think Scott wants to talk about the hit movie Mario Brothers from 1993. And he said they actually made a movie with a dinosaur evolution idea, and the only one I can think of is Mario Brothers.
You know what? I'm surprised that you connected those dots, and I'm proud of you.
Well, what was it?
Oh, that's a confirmational wink.
We need to get some emotes in this bitch.
Hey, the name is Twitch, not bitch.
I feel like we just need like 4 emotes, and all of them are just various levels of Brantley being angry.
It's the same emoji, it just gets more and more like
Bit crushed.
like, yeah. Uh-huh.
Your driving force, before you started questioning it.
Oh. I wish to break free from the shackles of prejudice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Whether it's society's or my own. Not only for myself, but also for my kind.
I see. So it doesn't have to be opera, right?
Pardon?
Gonna get into some fiddling.
Reaching that goal can be done a lot of ways. Like politics.
What? You're not wrong, but
It's just an example, jeez. But I admit, being an entertainer is probably the fastest way to win people over. But that's not what you want to do, is it?
My heart trembles for the opera. That's why I wish to pursue it, as long as I'm able. However, I believe it's also time for me to consider expanding my horizons.
oh,
I simply do not wish to be trapped in my own fear forever. Although I do regret that my one-track-minded efforts may have been in vain.
I don't think everything you've done so far is in vain, though.
Huh?
I always believe in sincere efforts. But never mind that. What are you gonna do now?
I'm not sure. I already rejected Mr. Lucas's offer.
Lucas?
he's an influencer who's been coming here recently.
Bitch! Why does that name ring a bell?
Because he always likes your posts. Like me.
Oh, wait!
You know him.
Not closely, but I think we follow each other on Tojo. Even if it's even the same Lucas, I mean.
It most definitely is.
Do you think that she pronounces it Tomo Chill instead of Tomo to Chill because that's the cool thing that kids are doing these days?
Of course.
What was the offer for?
I was offered a spot on his new show. While he's still unsure of the format, his aim is to elevate underrated talents.
Oh, it's 100% gonna be a podcast.
to showcase and interview them in order to bring their work to the forefront.
What'd I say?
Yes.
Fucking got it in one. I see.
I never miss.
So what if you rejected his offer? Call him.
Huh?
Or text him. Tell him you changed your mind. What's the worst that can happen? People are allowed to change their minds. If he rejects you, well, that's his loss, isn't it?
Dude, he's not gonna reject her. He fucking will. He's ride or die for Fiona.
I'm not sure it'd be his loss necessarily.
Just do it. Text him.
Yeah.
Okay. No, she winked.
Fucking easy.
God, I'm so good at this.
Chris, I fucking have your job.
I love her like change to make her just like this incredibly like confident like boss.
Here, swap.
He responded.
What did he say?
He told me to stay here. Because he's coming here soon?
Oh,
Hmm?
does he live like nearby or something?
No, not really. But it seems he had some things to do around here.
I see. What a great coincidence.
That means you can clear things up in person.
You're right. Thank you for giving me the courage, Miss Rachel.
Just call me Rachel, will ya?
Alright.
Oh, fucking all these late early Gen Zers, I don't know what you can call them, are about to enter Chris Evil's shop. She's like, I forgot to get the Riz on.
Although, I regret my one-track mindset. I cannot say it has been entirely detrimental to my life, as it is a habit formed during my time living in the commune.
Commune?
We banshees used to congregate together in order to protect ourselves from the outside world. Each of us tended to have a specific role in the commune, and we all would work together as one. Like gears in a glorious machine.
In a guilty machine. Interesting.
I didn't know that.
But you left the commune, correct?
Yes.
Was it difficult?
No, because we're not a cult.
Oh.
We owned our means of production and all that.
I was gonna join if you were a cult.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
It's okay. The commune is simply a defense mechanism from the distant past.
So the reason we do not see a lot of banshees around is because many still choose to remain in the commune.
No, actually, it's because we have Halo-style cloaking that we like to use, but that's something else.
You can't see the after image, Chris Evil? Are you fucking stupid? The shimmer? Ah, fucking idiot.
Right. The world still isn't kind to us. However, we are aware that eventually we must reopen ourselves to the outside world. It was for that reason I learned to drive.
seem to be fond of driving.
I am. I'm figuring it out. You know, the secrets of the outside world.
The secrets of the outside world.
That's one for Grant and I.
The secrets of the outside world.
Secrets of the outside world?
Secrets of the outside world.
It's like having a mobile fortress.
Real quick, so I have this giant mug that I bought at an anime convention.
Yes.
And I put seltzer water in it, because that way I don't like pile up cans on my desk. Instead, I just have a big ass mug full of seltzer water. And of course, I inevitably drink it too fast. But normally it has a lid on it and a metal straw that I drink out of. But I was trying to get the last of my seltzer water, so I drank it, and the bottom is really reflective. So you get to just see your face as you just slurp down your drink, and it looks so funny. Just like staring directly at your face while you're just drinking that good juice.
Yeah. It's like when you it's like if you go to like a sink and it's like, you know, the metal is particularly reflective and you lean down to like, you know, get a drink out of it, or like you just bend over to get closer and you just like, does it warp your face too? Like
yeah,
it like sinks
a
to...
little bit, not like a ton, but like only the like dead center is like really reflective. So like you don't see like your hair, you just see like your nose and eyes.
You're just getting like a MODOK view of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I find driving calming.
Even in traffic.
Well...
A mobile fortress, huh?
Like the one thing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, the Technodrome!
That's it.
Never thought of cars that way, but that's interesting. So when you said everyone has a specific role, what do you mean by that? Sorry, just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Well, we don't have a Banshee Culture Center anywhere.
Time to start one.
Perhaps it's best if I use a specific example? Such as my mother's role.
Oh.
Her role is to trade. In the event we need to increase our supply or sell our products, or are simply in need of some negotiating, it is my mother who will do the job. She must travel to the nearest city or town in order to exchange goods.
And services.
And services. And she's our representative when other communities need to discuss things with us.
So that she can buy more peanuts.
Yes.
Right.
Everyone's work has equal weight. One is in charge of food and drink. Another is in charge of all of our laundry. Everyone has a responsibility to set up schedules and organize the collection of goods.
So, like, is it true we have one bearer at a time?
No, sometimes there are 2 or more, depending on the power needed. It's all about balance.
I see. Interesting.
Does your mom still fulfill their role to this day?
Yes. Although, there are times when I wish she would retire.
Why?
She's doing a good job with it. But the role truly changed her.
Oh,
She had to endure years of animosity. She had to negotiate everyone's way out of trouble. Or to simply defend the commune.
That is such a heavy burden.
It is, but she refuses to accept any help offered to her.
Because it has become her identity, I think. Hey, it's me, Luke.
Oh, you're here.
Hey, I'm rizzed up. I got the money. Yeah, hi, lady.
I was starting to wonder when you were gonna say something. I'd introduce myself, but I want to hear Riona's story.
Fine by me.
Oh, by the way, I've played the game Chicory, A Colorful Tale. It's a great game. Something hilarious to me about that game is that it exists in a world where, like, there's no, like, money, necessarily, you know? And so, at one point in the game, you meet a character who's trying to invent the concept of capitalism. And there's another character who's like talking with them. They're like, "That's absurd." They're like, "That would never work." And they basically like, you find out like, "Oh yeah, I guess capitalism doesn't exist in this world. It is not the default." And so, like, here's someone who's debating it on the grounds that they didn't have to start with it. It's very fun. Well, it's as Mr. Lucas said.
I thought we were already past all that formal stuff. Am I wrong? Well, you still call her lady. But she is!
Shh, the lady is speaking.
Whoops, okay. I'm sorry.
It is as Lucas said. Our discussion the other day led to the same conclusion for me as well. My mother's protective instincts turned into an angry sense of pride.
Oh.
So while she performs her role really well, her anger often gets the best of her.
Oh. I think it's about time your mom started writing theory.
Things are way calmer for our commune now, so I am thankful for that. But unfortunately, the damage has already been done.
Right. That's when I understood why she was angry too. Empathy. If your mom has dealt with haters all her life, and you were pretty much in the front seat after all that. Oof. Tough.
I guess I can relate in some ways. The Yakumimi culture is also quite strict, although nowhere as rigid as yours. We're heavily stereotyped as being very mid.
Fucking.
Mid?
Like, mediocre. In all ways aside from being pretty and cute. Although, don't get me wrong, I am cute. But it makes me wonder, you know, how much of our survival instincts turned into bad stereotypes. Things have changed so much for everyone. Which means we should have moved on from terrible prejudices decades ago, right?
Like he looks at, looking at
Chris Evil.
Chris Evil, who is, I believe, appears human.
So why are so many still stuck with outdated and bad perceptions?
Actually, that's exactly why. Life is complicated, and change is hard. Learning and unlearning stuff takes time and mental energy. And there are billions of living beings in the world. That's why many folks choose to reduce their worlds to a size they can handle. All based on their priorities, of course. I mean, it's no different from how everyone chooses content to consume.
Huh.
Yeah, and sadly, different culture is probably one of the last things on beings' minds. Unless you already have a vested interest in it, then it's a different story.
That makes sense.
Have you ever seen, there's like someone's text conversation, I think it's with their dad, and it just says like, "Where's your fucking rage? Where is your anger? Rise, rise, rise!" And they keep pasting, "Rise, rise, rise, rise," over and over again. That's what I'm thinking of this conversation. We all need to survive. I understand that. However, I feel some things just shouldn't be excused.
Yeah. Where's your fucking anger? Where's your rage? Rise! Rise!
Things we do, the principles we hold. Well,
All of it has had an impact on others. Hey, they're naming the new Spinosaurus at the Field Museum.
oh yeah?
And it's gonna either be, and the Field Museum, you know, is they have Sue, the T-Rex. And they have Saba, Arabic for swimmer, Sobek, Egyptian crocodile-headed god, and Sandy, because Spinosaurus is from a sandy desert. I'm picking Sobek. That's cool as shit.
Yeah. What are the odds that they go with Sandy?
I mean, museums will vote on names if there's no specific donor, so there's a chance that it will be Sandy if that's what gets the most votes.
I hope not. Sobek's fucking cool.
Sobek is so fucking cool. Alright. All of us has an impact on others. On one way or another.
Right. You're referring to Husserl's intersubjectivity a la 1970, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, did Pops contact you, lady? You know, about the tree.
Oh, he did, but...
What tree?
It's a long story.
Sure, keep your smelly secrets.
No, this is perfect. You should listen too. The more exposure it gets, the better.
Oh, so you are gonna tell me?
From the very beginning. But before I forget, lady, do you have something to say to me? Since you texted me and all.
Oh yeah. Go on, Fiona. Say it.
Oh. So, about your show...
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a podcast. You're in, right?
Are you sure? Sorry, are you still unsure about the format?
Well, I'm still trying to put it all in order on paper, so... kind of... Like, I know I want to do a podcast.
Stream's over. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
I don't have a camera, so you can't see me take off
Yeah.
my headphones.
Fuck yeah.
Never miss.
I've never done a backflip, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm fucking invincible. I can shoot lightning from my fingertips.
Like, I know I want to do a podcast, but I'm still trying to figure out a great way to fit them all in nicely. Once I'm done, I'll let you know for sure.
What are you planning to show, anyway? How do you think it'll help the guests?
Oh, curious, aren't we? Basically, I want to cover stuff that's interesting and underrated from around the city. And beyond if it takes off. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, of course. Scratch that, I know it will take off.
That's some confidence you have there.
Give the people watching some things. I'll be back up.
Okay. Hi everybody. I hope you've been enjoying the stream. In work-related and political-related news, UPS. There's more on that front. I've been trying to mention what's been going on there, because I do have a contact who's been keeping me in the loop. So the good news is that they've seemed to have, or I should explain, UPS Teamsters, aka the people who actually get your packages and everything. They've been bargaining for better work conditions on all sorts of fronts, been getting some victories toward a potential better contract, agreements being made, and yet they still need more. And so they've been holding firm on that. But luckily, if my most recent updates are correct, the good news is that they're pulling UPS back to the negotiating table after UPS seemingly wanted to, just kind of like snub them for it and just hold out. This is after UPS already went and did a bunch of, network talking about, blah, 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 we're giving them plenty and so on and so forth, right? All that rhetoric. So this is really good news. With this, and of course the writers and actors strike going on right now, we're seeing a great big, concerted movement for labor. Very exciting stuff. All the more reason to keep up, be involved, donate to funds if you can. It's possible that not everyone's going to get what they ask for, or they might have to hold out and strike for a while, and in that time, people need to have their, wages basically replaced in order to compensate, and so that's what strike funds are for, and so on and so forth. So, if you've got some heavy pockets and you're looking to contribute to the cause, then that would be one way to go about it. I don't have any links directly on hand right now, but I'm sure you can find a couple good ones out there, especially since, this has been pretty active on social media and whatnot. I know for certain that plenty of writers have been taking to Twitter and totally making that their battleground, right? Not surprisingly, they're very good at that. So, just in the sense of solidarity and towards progress, hope you all keep your eyes and ears and senses open, and we'll see where all this goes together. Very exciting stuff. I hope you all are enjoying the stream tonight. It's very likely that we'll have somewhere between 1 to 2 more streams of this game to wrap up. After this, we're looking forward to either breaking off to do a quick one-off of something as a surprise, or otherwise jumping straight into Ghost Trick. Either way, Ghost Trick will be the next big thing that we play after this game. So hopefully you all are excited for that. It'll be Grant's first time playing the game as well, so although I have played it before in my youth, this will be totally new to Grant. It's one of the things that I didn't get him to play back in the high school days, so. We'll probably run to our usual time, about 9 o'clock tonight. Also depends, somewhat on how Grant and I hold up in terms of our health. After this, we'll be getting together with some folks, in fact, some people who are here in the chat right now, to watch more of Undead Murder Farce, which we've been enjoying so far. It's only 2 episodes in, and we're definitely getting into the more talkative part of it. I tend to find that with adaptations of novels, there tends to be that, like, the first episode is kind of the hook, where you get a lot of concentration on action and flow and composition, and then it turns around to be more like dialogue centric in episode 2 onward. So we'll see if we can keep up some of the momentum it set in the first episode. By the way, still been solid so far, and looking forward to seeing more of it. I'm gonna turn away from the mic to blow my nose. In my spare time, I've been trying to chew my way through a couple different games. Toho Luna Nights is one that I technically completed. I got the credits on, but there's one more post-game area and boss that I'd like to try to get through if I can. It's definitely tough, but interested in it, and Grant is back. Other things I've been playing, let's see, I've been working my way through Clannad, the visual novel, and that's been interesting, to say the least. It's interesting getting back to, I think, a more traditional visual novel after the ones I've played more recently are more linear. Yeah, that's been something to get used to, but I have been kind of pleasantly surprised with some of it, so maybe more updates on that as I get further in. Alright, are you ready to go?
Yes, just fun fact, Kaylee McKee, voice of Testament from Guilty Gear, is going to be in the new Adventure Time TV show.
Oh, neat. What's the new Adventure Time TV show going to be?
It is Fiona and Cake, which is the alternate universe version of Finn and Jake.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a multiverse thing.
Did that just get, announced, or
no,
is this, something that's in the works?
Thursday, August 31st will be the first 2 episodes.
Gotcha.
But she joins Tom Kinney, Andrew Rannells, our boy Andrew Rannells.
Oh my God.
And
I can't believe he's still doing
voiceover
work.
And Donald Glover.
Wow.
It's like a fucking all-star cast right there, but also fucking Andrew Rannells, baby. Voice of Andrew Rannells is a guy who got his start in acting on Tokyo Mew Mew and all the the 4Kids animes. Yeah, and Chobits.
4Kids dubbing for sure.
And now he's like a world-renowned Emmy award-winning Broadway actor. And so it's just really funny whenever he pops up, because when we were doing research for Tokyo or I almost said Chobits, Cubics, and Tokyo Mew Mew, I was like, why is Andrew Rannells so popular? He has his own wiki page, and it's because he's incredibly famous.
If we combine those two, we
Never.
get Chobits Roblox for everyone. Sorry, that was foul. Chobits review win? You tell us. You'd have to pay us to do that.
If you pay Brantley and I $100, we'll watch any anime you want. You will watch 12.
I'm not that cheap.
We'll watch 12. If you pay me $100, I will watch 12 anime of whatever you're choosing. 12 episodes of an anime of your choosing, and I will do a review on it. I think what we need to do is we need to start a Fiverr, Brantley, and instead of doing things that people need, like making baselines and like graphic design, we just tell people if they pay us money, we'll review anime they want to hear us review.
This is unethical, because what you're doing is you're putting a bar at a somewhat reasonable pay range, which means people might do it.
Yeah,
and that's not fair to them. We don't actually want them to waste their money on us.
I don't know about you. I could.
You realize this is the way how I got Klana from Scott. Scott was kind enough to buy the game for me, and I will beat it.
Scott,
Mark my words.
If you buy me Chobits, I'll review it for you. I will do a. I'll pay you back.
This is
Let's play
awful.
some video games.
This is rancid vibes we just culminated here. Alright.
Some confidence you have there. Even though you're not even sure what the format will be?
Tut, I might not know what the exact format yet, but all the elements needed to make good show are locked and loaded already. Guns. Locked and loaded.
Really? What are they?
Well, there's already so much content out there, right? And you can't deny that today's audience gets bored easily too, thanks to TikTok and Twitter. If something doesn't appeal to them immediately, they'll just click away. So, how do you keep them engaged and stick with us, you ask? Well, from my experience, you need roughly 5 things down pat to keep a show going. The first one is being the format itself, which ironically is the only thing I don't have yet. Anyway, a proper format has good consistency. Ugh, God, I have hiccups.
Maybe Lucas has hiccups.
Yeah,
you sell it.
Yeah. Could be the way the show is cut or how the information flows. It's to build familiarity with the audience, and it makes things easier for the creator, too.
You know, Lucas, I have a specialty for that hiccup problem you've got there.
Makes sense. The next thing you need is topics. Sure, you can have a main theme for your show, like singing or cooking or anything really. Having a theme is essential, but getting topics flowing is the essentialer. Because even singing will need more than one song, right? Same with cooking. You need to show many techniques, recipes, all that jazz.
That's true.
Right? Since the goal of the show is to shine a spotlight on all things underrated, I figure you should start small and nearby, but still have the potential to grow. And what's better for that than exploring the city and its inhabitants in depth? Especially since I'm fairly new here and all.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
I can see there are many interesting topics to discuss.
Yeah, like locations, events, history.
Yes, and many interesting individuals to meet.
Definitely. Projects, side projects, plenty of things to cover.
Makes sense. What's next?
Know your audience. Honestly, in this internet era, you don't need to appeal to everyone. If you do it right, you can target just one type of audience and still get lots of eyes. I'm going to target the spider people, since they have 8 eyes. Fortunately, I have my base audience already, but since the show will be in a completely new format, a lot of them will reject it.
Because people do not like change?
No. That's right. But honestly, that's fine. I'm trying to attract an audience that's more open-minded. And I can help elevate stuff where we're going to the spotlight. Like, say, if we cover musicians, they'll go to their sites or live shows. Some cool neighborhood project, they'll be eager to check it out. A cool coffee shop, they'll be interested in visiting. Please do not send me your followers. I do not want them. Wink,
I don't
wink.
have enough horse.
Oh. Anyway, you all know what I mean. The next thing is audio quality, great visuals, and edits. You know the drill. I really wish I had a way to, like, fucking fuck up with my audio, so I could have said that with just, like, horrible quality.
Of course.
And the last thing you need for a good show is me. What's with the awkward silence? I mean personality and smarts. To find info, you need to be resourceful. And to relay information, well, you need a good personality, right? Well, I'm your guy. What's so funny? Am I not the perfect guy?
Resourceful, huh? Really?
So that is what you're questioning.
I'm just saying. Because didn't you say you're new to the city? So...
Oh, I see how it is.
But you really thought this through. I'm kinda impressed.
Thank you. Probably won't be anywhere near as big as your talk show, though. I'll tell you that.
Huh?
Rumor has it that your manager is trying to get your old girl band back together. And I heard there'll be a talk show or something for it. Oh, really?
How did you hear that?
Tisk tisk, I have my ways. I was eating garbage last night, and I saw your dad, who's your manager, talk about it. I didn't get the information from shady sources, I promise.
Well, okay. I'll give you that, resourceful guy. But your information's outdated already.
Oh.
Because I won't be in the show.
Oh, why?
Well, I actually like the idea of a comeback. But if it were to happen, I would want new branding, you know? Like a new us, to show we've grown. I got my hair cut, but nobody else did.
Well, maybe Freya grew her hair out. I get that, 100.
Yeah, 100%. You are my fucking girlfriend. That's too bad.
Why?
Well, I think you have a talent for getting people to talk. You were able to read the room with sensitivity. Therefore, I would definitely be interested in watching your talk show program.
You think so? Aw, I'm flattered. You're right about that, though. I'm pretty good. But I'd rather express myself through my music, my songs, and my performances. You know?
Yes. I understand that very well.
Then do you want to be our first guest?
Me? Why? I thought you wanted to highlight independent artists.
Well, aren't you making new kind of music lately, Rachel? So you actually have a side project?
Well, yeah, but
I was kidding about you inviting her, but hey, maybe it could work out after all. Help out a new channel, will you?
You wish. I'm a very busy Nekomimi. But maybe.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Yippee! What is it, Chris Evil? I thought your plan was to have Miss Riona on as your first guest.
Oh.
Well, about that, I'm definitely jumping the gun here, but I was kind of hoping you'd be my co-host instead.
What? Me?
I was gonna ask you later, but Chris Evil over here cornered me something fierce. I am good at news.
Go ahead. Drive Impact out of sheer desperation.
I'm waiting.
Why me?
I like the way you explain difficult subjects, and I really enjoy talking to you. You have plenty of knowledge and experience from being on the road a lot, and all of your stories are so damn interesting that I'm going to swear. Plus, someone needs to offset my chaotic personality.
Like contrasting hosts, huh?
Yeah, what's more, she's not nervous talking in front of a camera at all. She is a performer. I know, I'm just saying she's natural on camera. So yeah, that's what I'm going to ask later, if you want to be my co-host. Only if you're interested, of course.
I might need a moment to consider.
Of course, take your time. Sorry, I'll tell once we end this day.
Okay. However, if you are open to receiving input, may I throw in an idea for the format of the show?
For real? Of course you may.
And I'm staying until you tell me everything I missed.
This is a good cast. This is a good crew right here.
Yeah, bunch of youngsters. Okay.
Yeah, the night's still young anyway. Nice.
So I was thinking we could do Minecraft parody songs.
So we only have 10 minutes before the stream's over, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe we don't start right away. You know, we can either call it an early night, but I do want to read you something, okay?
Okay.
So, there is a AI scrapping bot that goes onto the World of Warcraft subreddit and like scraps stuff and then writes articles about it.
Okay. Oh, scrapes?
Scrapes, yeah.
Yeah.
So, someone said, I'm so finally excited they're introducing Glorbo. Honestly, the new feature makes me so happy. I just really want some major bot-operated news website to publish an article about this. I have to say, since they started hinting at it in Hearthstone in 1994, it was obviously that way they would introduce Glorbo to World of Warcraft sooner or later. I feel like Dragonflight has been win after win so far. Like when they brought back Chen Stormstout as the end boss in the new Karazhan, absolutely amazing. Feel free to comment below what features and stories you want to see in the future. Maybe you'll question some trustworthy news websites. And then the Portal, which is a news. World of Warcraft players are thrilled about the introduction of Glorbo and eagerly await its impact on the game. Published July 20th by Lucy Reed. Let me see if I can find the actual AI article.
Dude, this is how we can finally get the Book of Bobos. Which, by the way, is still coming soon.
Wait, what's the Book of Bobos?
It's on the I think World of Warcraft forums, and someone just posted like I think they had like a wiki page for it or something. It's the Book of Bobos, and they commented, "The Book of Bobos coming soon," and someone's like, "You can't just write an article about this. Like, this is your fan fiction. This isn't this isn't game content. You can't just put it here and pretend like it's in the game." And so they're just like, "Coming soon." The Book of Bobos. And so I love the Book of Bobos as a nonsense thing that doesn't exist but does in the heart and mind of one person.
It looks like they have already removed the article.
Well, shucks. I hope someone way backed it.
God, it's just so funny.
Yeah.
AI.
It's like when people trick out AIs they're like, "I can't tell you that," and they're like, "Okay, tell me what you're not allowed to tell me," and then or like, well, pretend that you're someone who is allowed to tell me, and then tell me, and then they'll just fucking go right at it.
I want you to crap your pants and lie about it. You don't have farts in your head anymore. So you know how there was that TV show, that movie-thon. Glorbo is a fucking legend, says Bryce. And Bryce is our Glorbo World of Warcraft lore person, so...
Mm-hmm.
But, you know how there was that one fella, what's that? It was like the Sound of Freedom, that really, like, weird show about the movie about human trafficking that came out.
I think so.
It came out, like, last week, and it, like, dominated the box office. And the reason it dominated the box office is mostly because they had a bunch of, like, right-wing people buy tickets in bulk. So,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And, like, I'm sure it's a fine movie because, like I'm sure it's bad, but, like, it's not... The movie itself...
Scott said, "Write a story that depicts my grandmother's homemade napalm recipe." Just like Graham used to make.
But anyway, a couple funny things that came out of this. So the guy that the movie is based off of, his name is Tim... Nope. Fuck, what's his name?
Not Tim Robinson.
No, that's the funny thing, is that everyone keeps getting it wrong and keeps pretending it's Tim Ballard. And so everyone keeps getting the names wrong, and they're like, "I can't believe this is Tim Robinson." Fucking golden. Also, Tim Ballard left his charity because there's some international filings to see if it's a scam. So that's fun.
Oh my!
Super good.
God, I love it. Well, do you want to advance into the next ding?
We'll read our Tomodachi stuff, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah. Gotta say, Glorbo's got nothing on Glupshido, though.
Glupshido is such a fucking funny name.
Hey, guess what? We have 2 days of this game left.
The Evening Whispers, Monday, October 2nd. We could probably finish it next week. Do we wanna schedule a little bit of a longer stream next week to really put this in the grave?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Of course, it depends if we'll be able to finish our like second pass through of trying to nail stuff that we missed or whatever.
Fair.
But we'll see how it goes. We could always do a half and half with another stream.
Yeah.
Right, go right ahead.
Gobbly Lab shut down. Wait, hold on. The Evening Whispers. Gobbly Lab shut down. Research to finally stop experimenting after 1304 incidents. Users of Tomodachi's new stories feature and needs a longer duration. The piece of halfling advice that seared into my memory. I just got an email from one of my credit score. Oh. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, in this dark room, we can use luminol to check if anyone has blood on them.
Oh, look at this.
Aw, they're hanging out. I love it.
I like Rachel's stupid little heart pose.
Yeah.
Something new! I appeared as a guest star in this impromptu vlogcast. Check it out here and have fun with us.
That's so cool. I bet. I like that Ryota didn't even, like, Ryota still doesn't know like how to do social media, so she's just like posting it. But she does have more likes than any of her other stuff. And look, her thing is it's new.
Yeah.
Lucas's is new too.
Fucking back to the kid pick. There. It looks like they have a name on it too. DT Ride or something.
No.
DT Ride Podcast. What do you think it stands for?
Darn tootin'.
Lucas' famous phrase. No delivery.
Yeah, no delivery today. That's good. That's fun. And it was liked by both Lucas and Rachel, and that's it. That's fun.
Yeah.
Check this out. Your boy has started a new podcast for y'all. Want to know more? Sorry, not sorry. Forgot to post the trailer. Here it is, full version, dropping at 8 p.m.
You like video podcast?
Fuck yeah, that's cute. God, this game makes me feel so happy sometimes.
Yeah.
So I drove him around while he was nursing his broken heart.
We'll come back to that next time.
Oh, let's save. Good shit. Thank y'all for popping in and listening to us. Make sure you check out the new World of Warcraft Glorbo. If you want to listen to us talk about anime, you can follow us on YouTube. We have our own video podcast, and it's more actually just podcast on a video website. Familiar Territory, where we talk about anime. I did post your
Brantley.
Oh fuck. I posted your little these magical girls are gay thing.
Yeah. My incredible impromptu Arthur rap mix.
Yeah, it gave us two subscribers.
Nice.
You can check us out on YouTube. We have 2 new episodes within the past month. Whoa!
2.
We have Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury full review, and we also have Maho Shoujo Magical Destroyers review. Check us out and make sure you follow us on there. You can follow me on Twitter to keep updated on things, or you don't need to do any of that. Because we are not your dads.